When I was in third grade, I took a cruise to Alaska. My family and I went whale watching, and we were able to take a helicopter ride and landed on a glacier. We spent a lot of time experiencing the culture of Alaska, but most of our days were spent looking at the beautiful sights that the nature around us had to offer. A few years later, we went to Hawaii. Of course, we went to the Pearl Harbor Memorial and spent more than enough time on the beach. But my favorite day was when we went to Haleakala National Park. Mount Haleakala is a shield volcano located on the island of Maui that takes up about 75% of the island. We were able to take a bus ride to a point where we could see out over the volcano. The sight I saw was one of the most beautiful I'd ever seen before. The land looked so beautiful and pristine, like it was untouched by humans. It gave me a glimpse into what the land was like before humans were ever around. The most amazing trip I've ever taken, though, was to Yellowstone National Park when I was in 5th grade. Now, you may know Yellowstone is located in Wyoming and Montana, so finding out I was going to Wyoming in 5th grade, I wasn't too thrilled about it. I mean, there weren't any big cities around or amusement parks or beaches. I didn't even know what we were going to do. But I soon realized Yellowstone had a lot more to offer than I first understood. We were able to see the geysers and Old Faithful. There were a lot of vernal pools and springs, and the Grand Teton National Mountains were just outside my window. Everything about Yellowstone was breathtaking, including the constant smell of rotten eggs coming from the sulfur from these same beautiful vernal pools. The most amazing part about Yellowstone was the vast wildlife we were able to see there. We saw deer, moose, elk, various types of birds and black bears, and bison. Now, I'd never seen a bison before, but they were everywhere. Imagine just trying to cross the street and this guy is standing in your way. There's not much you can do to move him. But it wasn't always like this, with bison roaming around freely throughout the area. You see, early in history, bison were overly abundant in North America. They range from 30 to 60 million bison in North America at their pinnacle. However, because of urbanization and westward expansion, the bison population began to rapidly decline. In 1889, the bison were at its lowest, only 1,091 remaining on North America. Since then, there have been extensive conservation efforts and management techniques in order to increase the bison population once again. Now, there are about 30,000 bison on North America. In Yellowstone alone, there are 2,300 to 4,500 at any one time. Now, we've helped the bison population get back to somewhat of a success because of these extensive efforts, but that's only one species that we've helped. On Earth right now, there are approximately 8.7 million species that need our help. Many of them are useful to us in some way, either for research purposes or medicinal benefits. A lot of them can help us, but what are we doing to impact their lives? Well, for starters, we pollute the air they breathe. Through the Industrial Revolution and urbanization, we've emitted greenhouse gases into the atmosphere and affected the very thing they need to survive, air. We've also taken away their food supply. Because of the rapidly growing human population, we've taken away the food that they need also to survive. Finally, we've affected their habitats. Tropical rainforests, which are the home to the most biodiversity on Earth, are currently being deforested at a rate of 160,000 square kilometers per year. Tropical rainforests as a whole have decreased from 16 million square miles to 9 million square miles in history. We've taken away their habitat, but not only that, we've increased global warming because of this deforestation. You see, trees act as carbon sinks, and with less trees around, there's more carbon dioxide available in the atmosphere, leading to further climate change. Clearly, humans have affected the environment greatly, and we have done so for years. We used to believe that these resources were abundant in our Earth and that we could treat the earth however we wanted and it would always be here to sustain us. But we realized that that's not the case anymore. We need to improve the way that we treat our environment and improve the way that we live our lives so that the environment is here for future generations. We don't have to do big things. It's simple, really. Use a reusable water bottle or recycle a piece of paper you're using. Become aware of energy-efficient appliances and renewable energy sources. Anything we do helps. Most importantly, be cognizant of the fact that what we do matters. We have an effect on the world around us, and that matters. So you may not have been inspired by the bison in Yellowstone or the view from Mount Haleakala like I have, but you should be. We should all be aware that we want the earth to be around for many generations so that our children and our grandchildren and many generations thereafter are able to see the beautiful sights that our earth has to offer. We only get one chance to treat the environment right, so let's do it right now. Thank you.